DSN, and he was very gracious to have me as the keynote speaker at the DSN event that was held in Dallas the other week, and it was my first time being there, and it was absolutely wonderful. So Stuart, thank you so much for being here and representing the DSN. I'd also like to thank our staff who is here today, who works really tirelessly at supporting everything that all of you are doing. So thank you to all of our staff. I would like to take a moment to thank Wayne. Apparently, I didn't know this, but Wayne is a legend in the direct selling industry. I didn't know that when I interviewed him. But after I interviewed Wayne and we hired him, I had people coming up to me at the DSN event saying, "Oh my God, you don't know how lucky you are to have Wayne on your team." So Wayne, thank you for being one of the newest members of our LifeWave community. And of course, every great man, not that I'm a great man, but every great man has a great woman. And we're very blessed to have Meredith Burkich here at the helm of the ship. Meredith, thank you for everything that you're doing. Meredith is such a wonderful human being, and I know that our company is in great hands. She's a woman of faith, woman of dedication. She works tirelessly. Anytime during the day, on the weekends, I will text or email Meredith. She always gets back to me right away. She's on the clock all the time building this business. Jim, I'm going to get to you in just a minute, so you hold on. Okay. Many of you know that I am a Bible-believing Christian, and I'm not going to preach to you today, so you don't have to worry about it. I would love to preach. I've never tried that, but I would like to try that sometime. I think if I ever retire, that's when I'm going to be a pastor. But you don't have to worry. That's like 100 years from now. But, you know, the Bible, one thing I want to tell you about it is that sometimes people tend to think that it's a book of unity. And it really isn't. It's a book of division. Because God will separate the wheat from the chaff, the good from the bad. And we're asked to make decisions in this life of which direction that we want to go in. We can either turn towards the light, we can turn to God, or we can decide to turn away. It's completely our choice as human beings. And it's an important choice because eternity hangs in the balance. So it's something that we should all really be thinking of. And the direct selling industry, network marketing, is very much that way. You're all independents, and you can choose where it is that you want to be, where you're going to spend your time, your energy, what type of business do you want to have, what do you want your life to mean. Those things are really important. Of course, we all need money. That's what's going to support our livelihood. We need money for ourselves, for our family, for our loved ones. But at the end of the day, when we look back over our careers, what is it that we want to say that we accomplished during our lives? And all of you are here today because you chose to be with LifeWave. And from my perspective, we got the best that the industry has to offer. So I thank you for everything that all of you are doing to build LifeWave. And if it wasn't for you being here, if it wasn't for all of your efforts or dedication, we just simply wouldn't be here today. So a heartfelt thank you for being here and for being the leaders that you are. So you're about to see something truly extraordinary, and I'm not going to take a lot more time because we really want to get to the ribbon cutting ceremony, and we want to get you upstairs so you can see our beautiful new office and welcome center. But I do want to tell you a little bit about this. This project started about 2 years ago, and I had this idea that when we built our new corporate home here in Draper, that when people came in, we should have a welcome center, and not only should it tell the story of LifeWave, but people should have the idea that we represent future thinking. that people are stepping into the future. And not only is this an opportunity to tell people about who we are as a company, what we represent, but also where are we going in the future. So the first thing that I thought of was Star Trek. I've been a Star Trek fan since I was a little kid. From the very first episode I ever saw, the idea that Gene Roddenberry had that in the future, humanity comes together. We're no longer fighting wars. There's no more sickness. There's no more poverty. There's no more hunger. We're all working together for the greater good. That resonated with me when I was very, very little. And I believe in that future. And I wanted this to feel like Star Trek. So I went over here to Jim Caldwell. Now, Jim and I have been working on projects since 2005. We've become great friends. He's an incredible human being. And Jim is absolutely tireless when he sinks his teeth into a project. He doesn't let it go. And he just does everything to see those projects happening. So I want to take a minute to thank Jim for everything that he's done to make the Welcome Center a reality. I don't know if they're here, but I also want to thank Jen Serrano and Ryan Larson, who were involved in the design of the office. So when you go into the lobby area and you come off the elevator, you'll see what I mean. They have just done a spectacular job. Our office is a little bit Iron Man, a little bit Stark Industries, a little bit Star Trek, all kind of mixed into one. So I went through this concept of the Welcome Center with Jim, and he said, okay, let me make a few calls. And Jim, because he had worked in LA, had been in Hollywood, you may not know this about him, but he's actually in the Direct Selling Hall of Fame for all of his accomplishments. Over $1.5 billion in sales in projects that he worked on, not even including LifeWave. So he started making some phone calls, and he said, I found the guy. His name is Doug Drexler. And Doug has been building and designing Star Trek sets for 40 years. He worked with Gene Roddenberry, the creator of Star Trek, and he's also won 2 Academy Awards for his designs. So we got on the phone with Doug, and it was just incredible. One of the things that I found over the last 20 years is that some of the people that you meet along the way, because they've accomplished so much, they're very, very arrogant. But then you meet other people like Dr. Steve Halterlanger, Coach Richard Quick, 6-time United States Olympic coach, Doug Drexler, an Academy Award winner. And they're the most humble, spiritual people, good-natured people, just want to be there to help and accomplish great things. And that's the way Doug was. And we had a meeting with Doug. We just clicked right away, and he goes, okay, I got the idea. Let me come up with some conceptual drawings and see what we got. And next week at our global conference in Dallas, you're going to get to see some of the journey that we went on with this office and with the Welcome Center. So Doug started coming up with these designs. We started to refine them. We worked with this fellow, Mark Rizzo, who does all of these very, very high-end building projects in California and around the country. And it started to come to life. Some of the things that you're going to see in the Welcome Center, we built them in studios in California. And they were so big, there was just no way we were going to get them through these doors or elevator. So we had to remove sections of the building and have a gigantic crane here to get these things into the Welcome Center. And when you walk through, you're going to see exactly what I mean. Why did we do all of this? Well, for one thing, it was about making a statement about who we are in the industry. But very importantly, this office and this Welcome Center is a tool. It is a tool for you to build your LifeWave business. We are putting together an incentive program so that when you want to hold meetings here, when we want to have incentive trips, when we want to do leader fly-ins, you have this office as a resource. And you'll be hearing more about that in the coming week. The other thing that we've done with this office, like our other offices, is we've included hologram technology. So let's say that you're flying in from Asia and you have a big leader here, you're introducing them to LifeWave, and I'm over in Europe or in Florida and I can't make it. I can beam in as a hologram into this office and join you live. You'll be hearing more about that, and you'll be hearing about some new technology at Global Conference next week that's going to take your business to the next level. Tools that will make your ability to build this business faster and easier than ever before. So, in closing, I want to again thank you for being here. LifeWave has achieved an extraordinary level of success. This year, we grew by about 50% compared to last year, and we're on track to grow another 50% next year. And we have a shot at hitting the $1 billion mark next year. And that only happens because of you, because of great leaders. And at the end of the day, what we should all remember is that that level of success is really a reflection of all of the lives that we improve for the better. Because of all of you, today there are people that aren't suffering in pain. There are people that are getting a better night's sleep. There are people that are healing. We don't have anyone from the government here. Oh, we got the mayor here. All right, this is not a claim. But we do have people that are being healed from illnesses and sickness that otherwise would have lost hope. All of you are messengers of light, and you're messengers of hope. And it is an absolute privilege for me to be associated with each and every one of you. May God bless you and your families, and enjoy the moment that is about to come. Thank you.